All right, how to think, video 2 of the revenue optimization course. Think, Mr. Pooh Bear. Beautiful. All right, so let's be outcome focused. That's one of the first ways to think when doing revenue optimization. So what is the primary outcome of my site? I need to ask myself that question. What I'd like to suggest to you is the highest primary outcome is just getting people to the checkout, okay? So maybe explaining your product, getting them used to all the benefits, building trust and everything like that. But the biggest thing is just getting them to the checkout and removing anything that's kind of stopping people from getting to that checkout, okay? What you don't want to be doing is explaining your entire life story for the sake of it, okay? Just being all about yourself and taking people all over a website and just throwing stuff at people just for the sake of it, trying to make yourself look good. No one cares. Just be outcome focused, okay? Get people to the checkout. Does this widget, does this button, does this like tab and things like that, does it help get people to the checkout? Think like that in the back of my head. How do we point everything towards the outcome, okay? Being laser focused, all right? Now, the next thing is having lifetime value in mind whenever you're making changes, okay? So when you're doing something on your website, I know that you can increase revenue or you can increase your conversion rates pretty easily by doing a few things. But the thing is, you want to have in the back of your mind, I want lifetime value to be the biggest number in my business. I want to be in the resell business, not just the selling business, okay? Welcome back. Yeah, so how do we do this? We want to make sure that all of our changes feel natural. They're not just jumping out and smacking customers in the face and looking spammy and everything like that. You want to keep them on brand and natural. We also want the site to be passing the return customer test, okay? So when a customer buys from you the first time and you promise them certain things like 30% off today only, and then they come back next week and the same offer is 30% off today only, you're going to be damaging your relationship with that customer, okay? So you're going to be thinking like that, not just increasing revenue for the sake of it or increasing conversion rate for the sake of it. You want to be thinking, how can I increase these things, but also keep the relationship with my customer intact and happy, okay? And another thing is, don't discount heavily, okay? So if you're discounting heavily, you're actually devaluing your products and probably doing a disservice to yourself long term. I'm just not a big fan of always doing big discounts. I do think there's room for discounts, just not always doing massive discounts, okay? A lot of people are doing post-purchase upsells, and I'm always weary of this because a lot of the time that post-purchase upsell is like a big devaluing kind of offer of the product that someone's just purchased. So be careful when you're doing that. So like adding another one for 70% off or 50% off just to increase revenue today isn't always the best option, okay? Just be careful and mindful of lifetime value being the biggest number, okay? Cool. Now, the next thing is I want you to be thinking about the user journey, putting yourself in your customer's shoes. So where did they just come from? Asking questions like this. Where did they do? Like I was just on my Facebook profile and then this ad came up and I clicked it, okay? So now what we're thinking about is a customer who has no idea who we are. We've just kind of clickbaited them over to our website, and we need to be thinking from their journey, okay? We can't just expect them to know everything about our product, why it's so awesome and why so many other thousands of people think it's awesome and everything like that. We need to actually communicate those things in a way that isn't too spammy and isn't too in their face, but also educating in a way that we're not assuming that they just know things about our brand already, okay? I worked with a brand a little while ago that had a really high conversion rate because most of their customers were actually coming from their community, which is great and everything, but they wanted to really start focusing on scaling, okay? So getting to people that haven't ever seen their brand and everything like that, and they were wondering why their conversion rates were dropping. It's because their website wasn't designed for new people. It was designed for people who knew who they were already, okay? So that's just something to keep in the back of your mind, the user journey. And another thing we can do is use existing mental models. Don't be different for the sake of being different. I see a lot of stores and businesses fall into the trap of, oh, let's just design the coolest new thing, the newest website, the homepage does this, and then there's all these other cool things around the products and all this stuff. And the problem is that what you're not doing is taking advantage of customers already know how to purchase through through e-commerce stores, and what you've done is confuse the heck out of them by throwing all these random little steps or things that jump out or moving to different places. So we want to use existing mental models, and the basic one is just basically having a homepage, collections, and product pages, and then a few like about me things if you need to. But like it's this user journey of like, okay, someone hits your homepage, moves to collections, moves to products, moves to checkout.
We don't want to confuse them by adding any more steps to that journey. All right, cool. All right, let's recap. So basically how to think. You want to be outcome focused. You want to have LTV front of mind, and you want to be thinking about your user journey. Cool. See you in the next video.